So the brief I've been given today is to inspire you, to enliven you, to enable you to become the best version of yourself by sharing different things. So what I would like to know, Catherine, will I be able to have the entire screen? Because I want to do a presentation. I've got a PowerPoint that I'm going to be sharing.
Absolutely. I will make you the host right now, and you can then do whatever you need to do with that. There you go. All yours.
Okay, that is so great. And I've been told that the young people are shy. You're not shy. You're not shy on Insta. You're not shy on Snap. You're not shy on all the things you do. You're not shy. So today, I need interaction. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I have put this time aside to be able to inspire and take time with you and to give you ideas concerning how you can become the best version of yourself. So listen, I've got a presentation that I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm quite excited because I just really love speaking to young people. It's just I don't think you get my passion to speak to young people, my passion to encourage young people and to inspire them is just, that's what I do. And Catherine reached out to me and said, Herman, I need you to be able to speak to our young people to get them to be able to be inspired and amped. So I'm going to run through a presentation today. And if you've got any questions, please listen, put them in the Q&A so we can get this done. I've got quite a lot to get through and I'm going to get through it today. So I'm the CEO of Every Child Needs a Mentor, which is the UK's #1 youth mentoring provider. We provide mentoring services, mentors, training, and we provide all these different things for schools. And we also work with businesses and we train the business owners and employees to become exceptional mentors and to deliver our program to inspire young people. And we also support parents. So when we're talking about this organization, I've founded an organization to inspire young people. There's me, the CEO, you know, looking quite slick and kind of laid back in that picture. But if you visit the website, you'll be able to see all the things that I'm doing. I'm seeing that people are coming through on the chat. Listen, I want to see more of those things triggering off because listen, today is going to be a fire session. I'm telling you, it's going to be fire. So listen, the organization is all around family. We believe in relationship. We believe in connecting, in engaging. We believe in education, entrepreneurship, transformation, and optimism. So that's what we're about as an organization. We're pioneers, been doing this. I mean, I've been mentoring for close to 2 decades now within education. I've been on the ground, I've mentored, inspired, engaged, transformed young people. I've got mentees of mine that are now in their 30s. I've got mentees of mine that are adults. I've got a mentee of mine that is a school leader, and they come back and talk on behalf of our organization to say how powerful mentoring was and how it impacted and engaged their lives. So this is what I do. I've been doing it for a living for a long time, and we have impacted many young people. We've been able to transform how they look at education, how they look at the big picture, how they look at what they want to do, what they want to become in life, and about enabling them to become the best version of themselves. So that's what it's all about. And for me today, I've got a real brief. So Catherine has made me aware. Just help the young people to become the best version of themselves, help them to develop the confidence, the mindset, get the right kind of attitudes, because it's clear that we've got some fantastic young people. The world is at your feet. You know, you could achieve so many things. You could achieve greatness and do great things, but you do need to have the right mindset. So today, I'm going to go through a number of things to be able to touch base. I'm going to share our expectations. I'm going to share my story. I've got 10 words at the end. And then I want you to share the fire on social media because this is too good to be kept a secret. We need everyone to know that every child needs a mentor. We have mentors to provide that. We have an innovative mentoring platform to do online mentoring. And I'll be sharing a bit about that later. So as I said, I want you to be able to feel free, have the courage to know, step out, don't feel shy. This is your moment. We're doing it for you. So be open, put things in the chat, share how you feel. Do you know what I mean? Put in the chat now, like how you feeling about the session? How you feeling about these first few minutes? Are you feeling amped? Are you feeling the fire? Are you feeling encouraged? You know, about your future? Are you feeling excited, hopeful? Are you feeling concerned? Just share, because we only can help you if we understand what you're going through. So these are the things that we need you to feel today, knowing that you need to be kind to others, knowing that you need to be not judging others, knowing that it's a safe place, you know, in the school you're in, wherever you are right now, it's a safe place to reach out and make people know you want to achieve different things. And I want you to, during this conversation, during this presentation, I want you to be able to have fun and laugh and enjoy the journey. This is not going to be a regular presentation. I'm just telling you that, because I am here to engage, inspire. I understand where you are. I've been there myself, being a young person, having to decide where I'm going in life and what I'm going to become. So listen, are you ready? That little baby on the screen's ready. Are you ready though? If you're ready, put it in the Q&A. Just say, yeah, I'm ready. Just put it in the chat. I'm ready. I'm ready. If you're ready, let's go for it. So let's go. So here's my story. When I was young, I played football. I managed to play football for Great Britain under 15s. And me and this guy on the screen, we was in the same football team, kicking balls together when we were 15. And that was my future. That was what I was going to do. And, you know, I was very excited about that. But then I got injured. You know, I wish I had even a mentor at that time, because I never had some of the direction I could have done with at that time in my life. But then what happened, I went and I started, and I was a professional recording artist for a number of years, opened up for some of the biggest artists in the world, like your Wu-Tang Clan, your Redman, going on Westwood, Radio 1 show, doing all that kind of stuff, you know, even rapped on the same stage as this man that's on the screen, Busta Rhymes. So that's a part of the story. Been on MTV and all that kind of stuff. Then I had my little daughter, had my diamond. She's now 21 years old. She's an aspiring commercial lawyer. She's doing her university, but she was a baby and she transformed my life, because I've seen that I need to really get my skates on, get a sensible job and do that. You know, sometimes you've got to dream what you want to do. You want to do, you know, some of you probably say, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a coder. I want to this, I want to that. But sometimes, even though you've got a dream, sometimes even though you've got the ability, the technicalities, the understanding to do that, you may not always get the opportunity straight away. So make sure you've always got a backup plan. You've always got something that you've got in your mind that you want to do. So my little daughter, she triggered me to think, what am I going to do now? Because I need to be the father that I desire to be, and I've got to make it happen. I was at a crossroads at that time, and that got me to think. And then what I decided, which was quite unusual, like, I didn't realize it, but at that point in my life, I decided to pursue counseling. You might think, wow, from football to music to counseling, that's kind of random, but it was random, but it was great, because it led me to some amazing things. It led me to the best woman in the world, the woman that now is my wife. She's my bestie, she's my friend, you know, she's the mother of my children. And we met at counseling, and that was fantastic. And I also met my new career, which was mentoring. And I discovered mentoring, and I got the opportunity to mentor young people. And I mentored one of my first mentees that I mentored was this young boy who was disillusioned, didn't know what he wanted to do, was a bit scared, felt a bit upset about a number of things in life. The school didn't necessarily understand him. The school didn't necessarily understand how to communicate with him. He didn't necessarily understand the school. And I had to come in the middle, and I had to talk to the school. I had to talk to him. I had to get him to turn his mindset around. And I'm telling you, I really needed a heavenly assistance. It was like a real massive challenge being able to turn this young person around. But we did it. I ended up turning him around. And a lot of the young people I worked with at that time, they really achieved. And then for the work that I've done, working with young people, transforming their lives, I ended up going to the House of Lords. Listen, oh my gosh, so going from the ends to go to the House of Lords, eating the sandwiches with no crusts, you know, having them sandwiches and having a nice cup of tea and, you know, by the River Thames and all that kind of stuff, all because of my passion and engaging the children. And that really was like the big start of my mentoring career, and ended up really realizing that there was a model of mentoring that was stopping a lot of young people not getting the mentoring that they should get. A lot of times in mentoring, what I have found is that in schools, a lot of children that are doing the things that they should be doing. They come to school, they're compliant, they've got manners, they're doing their work. A lot of times they don't get the mentoring support that children get that are underachieving, or they're failing, or they're not doing well, or whatever it is. A lot of times the children that are failing or underachieving or underperforming, a lot of times they get mentoring. But the children that are doing the things that they should be doing, the children that sometimes are the quiet children, the children in the middle, the children that a lot of times are not always the loudest children, they get overlooked. And for me, that's why I developed a different model of mentoring. And it's similar to like the X Factor or the Voice or so forth, where you get a mentor when you're good. So in business, sports, music, you know, whether it's in politics or whatever, you get a mentor when you've got talent, and that mentor helps you to become the best version of yourself. And I created that model to enable all children to be able to get access to mentoring. And from doing that, it just transformed mentoring. And I'm talking from doing that, that was like early, like mid 2000, you know, like, so some of you's like, when on this call, like some of you's like, you weren't here yet. Some of you's probably was like in your Pampers or whatever. I'm like, this is like back in the day, you know. And I'm telling you, this is how long I've been doing mentoring and enabling and encouraging and transforming young people. From that, Ofsted came and said that it was high quality mentoring. You know, I've been up and down the country to different local authorities, telling them about every child should have a mentor. Every child should have access to their greatness, that professionals and organizations and businesses should be giving back to the communities that they serve and enabling young people to become their best version. And for me, I really, like, this was a milestone in my career when I ended up becoming the lead mentor of Birmingham. So imagine I was in one school and then I left that school and set up my organization, and then I was the mentor across Birmingham, which was like just amazing. It blew my mind, but it was just so great because, you know, I'm a Birmingham lad, born and bred in Birmingham, you know, brought up in Handsworth. So to be able to be the mentor over the city, working with the local authority, advising the education advisors, going to different schools and advising ed teachers how more children could get mentoring, was like fantastic for me. And then from that, I won an award for my mentoring program, which just really was so encouraging. Wrote the book, Every Child Needs a Mentor, which was so big for me, and ended up being a chair of governors. So listen, I'm showing and sharing my journey, you know, and the journey of transformation. So first I was doing football, then I was doing music, then I started to study mentoring, then I started to be a leader of mentoring, an advisor to organizations, won an award for it, then a chair of governors. So I'm showing you that you can transform. Wherever you are, you can become a different version of yourself, and you can become all that you want to be. And I want you to see from today, don't make no one put a limit on you. Don't even put a limit on yourself. Do not allow yourself to stop yourself from becoming all that you could be. So I ended up being a chair of governors. Then I ended up getting my own mentor. So I don't only think that everyone should have a mentor from the perspective of only children should have mentors. Adults should have mentors. We all should have mentors. And this man, Mike Harris, has been my mentor. He's also an advisor on my business. So he's on my advisory board on the business that I've started. And he's mentored me for a number of years. And if you've ever heard of Egg Bank, or if you've ever heard of First Direct Bank, or if back in the days in the 90s, you know, as an adult, you had a gray one-to-one Mercury phone in your pocket, this man was the man that was the CEO and the founder of those organizations. He was the chair of Mercury Communications and the CEO. But the others, he founded them, he started them, and he became my mentor. And I recognize the power of mentoring, not just as a mentor, but as a mentee as well. So I think it's very important. And I also ended up getting my work, the recommendation of my work, to be in a white paper, which is the starting process of policy as well. So I'm just giving you a background. Ended up being in a newspaper as well, talking about helping young people to get mentoring. And I've also done a TEDx talk about my work and so forth. And in the picture, there's my beautiful wife. She's a wonderful woman. She keeps me really honest and keeps me on my toes as well. So I'm just giving you a picture of my journey. I mean, some of you know who this is, Tiny Temper. I've met him along the journey. You know, he is a singer that many of you would know of as well. And I'm just making you aware of, on the journey of where I've been, mentoring and mentoring young people. I've been along this journey and seen all these different kinds of people. This man, his name is Sir Kenneth Olisa OBE, and he works for the Queen. So there you can see him doing his duty, greeting the Queen in London. And I have also got a podcast called Finding Your Path, and I speak to influential leaders about how they found their path in life and success. And I'm also getting these leaders, I'm talking to them to get into schools and to talk to young people on our big mentoring day. And I'll share a bit about that later through the talk as well. And if you look at Harriet Green, many of you may not know who she is, but she has been the chair and the CEO of IBM. Okay, so you know IBM is one of the biggest companies in the world, and she's been on my podcast. She was my latest guest. So if you want to find out more about her and you want to listen to the podcast, it's going and go on Spotify or Apple or Anchor and look for Finding Your Path, Herman Stewart. So this point now, I'm going to start sharing about the 10 words. So we're about to go into this part of the presentation, and I'm going to share, and it's all about you. I had to give you a bit of a background and understanding about who I am, but now I'm going to give you the opportunity to understand about what you can do and what you need to do to be able to become the best version of yourself. This is a fantastic saying, and what it's saying is good is the enemy of great, and that's why so little becomes great. We don't have great schools sometimes because we have good schools. We don't have great government principally because we have good government. Few people attain great lives in part because it's so easy to settle for being good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to be honest. Have you been doing your best? Have you been putting 100% in? Have you been smashing it? Have you been, if you've got to do work, or have you been at home, like you've been like, you've been on your Insta, you've been WhatsApping, you've been doing all that kind of stuff instead of doing the work that you should be doing, instead of doing the things that you should be doing, instead of doing your research, instead of you doing your vision, instead of you doing your homework, you're there like doing social media and all that kind of stuff. I want you to be honest. If you've been doing all that you should be doing, just put yes in the Q&A. Just put yes. Say yes, I've been doing it. If you haven't, I want you to be honest as well. I want you to say no, I haven't been doing it. You know what I mean? Because if you're honest, that's going to help you to become the best version of yourself, because then those people around you that are there to support you, to help you, to encourage you, they can help you to do all that you can do. So now the presentation is about the 10 words. Here are 10 words I want you to really take note of. If you've got a phone, take your phone out now, put it in your notes. If you're in a school or whatever, put it in your book right now. These 10 words will help you to become the best version of yourself. If you utilize them, if you put them into practice, if you take note, these 10 words will change your life. The first word is time. As a young person, you don't have as much time as you think you have. In school, think that you've got a year. Do you know what I mean? You think, it's year 7, it's year 8, it's year 9, it's year 10. It's not. You have 9 months. Every year is 9 months. That's a bit shocking, isn't it? A lot of you don't realize that out of a 365 year, you only have 180 school days. Why is that? Because you have 13 weeks of holiday, and you only have 5 days per week for school. You have weekends. So we have less time than what you think. So really, you've got to use your time more effectively. Don't waste your time. Don't think you've got more time than you really have. Don't waste your time doing the things you shouldn't be doing. You got to get focused to be able to utilize your time effectively. The second word is attitude. Attitude would affect your altitude. So depending on your attitude will depend upon your altitude, how high you will fly. And a lot of times when we've got poor attitudes, when we've got lazy attitudes, when we've got attitudes about I'm going to cut corners, I'm not going to do my best, what's going to happen is you're going to then stop and prevent your potential when you could be flying and achieving and becoming all that you need to be. You've got to remember that you are one of thousands of young people, and you're going to be leaving school at the same time. You're going to be applying for the same jobs at the same time. And you need to know that if you don't have the right attitude, you're not going to shine. That's the next word. The third word, you see this guy, it's like, yo, it's tongue, beefy, and yo, it's work. You're going to have to work. There's no way around it. You know what I mean? I think this generation, a lot of times we think that social media is going to be enough. You think that what you post on social media is going to like bring you to the next level. It's not. A lot of times what we post on social media, we post our best selves, we post looking good, we post, but really a lot of the times we don't look like how we're posting on social media. We're pretending on social media. We're not really doing all that we say we're doing on social media. And the reality of it is, if you don't put the work into it, if you don't get tongue, if you don't put whatever you need to put in, it's not going to work. You're going to have to put the effort in. Dreams don't work unless you work. That's important. The next word is self-belief. Our work at Every Chinese Mentors, we help young people to have belief in themselves. And if you don't have belief in yourselves, if you don't believe in you, if you don't bet on you, then how can you expect others to really push more than you about your own dreams? So you've got to have self-belief. That's going to be very important. The next word is a funny one. It's relationships. I know a lot of you like on social media, you got your friends, you got your girls, you got all this kind of thing. You got your boyfriend, listen, stay focused. Stay focused, because sometimes, and this is especially the boys, they kind of can lose the focus a lot of times, like, oh, Sarah, oh, she's blocked me, oh, she's not DM'd me, or whatever. Listen, stay focused, get your work done. There's the, time, they're not going to go away when you become 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They're going to be there, but, they're going to want to have someone that's ambitious, someone that's got a plan, someone that's going somewhere in life, someone that can bring them to Nando, someone that can go on holiday. So, you got to have your life sorted. So don't just think you could just have a girlfriend and you can just do nothing, or boyfriend. Relationships, and have someone that's good for you, someone that's going to bring you to the next level. That's so important. The next thing is making sure that you are a caring and considerate person, because people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. Caring is important. It's so important for you to understand that for you to do what you need to do, you need to be able to share, you need to be able to care, you need to be able to be considerate, you need to be able to be grateful, you need to be able to have gratitude. It's very important. Next word. The next word is make sure you don't become a statistic. Don't be one of those statistics that you're neats. Don't be one of those statistics that you're on universal credit. Don't be one of those statistics. I understand that sometimes in life, we end up being under gyro. We end up not having work. I've been there. There's no shame in it. It's there to help us when we need to make our next plan, to go to the next level. It happens in life, but don't make that a plan for your life. Make your plan not be, I'm not going to do anything, because you want a greater life. The next one is money. Yeah, we all want money, but what are you going to do to get the money? Make a plan, get a career, use your talents, use your attributes. What do you love doing? What are your strengths? Put the work in, get a plan, get your grades, do all of that stuff, get your apprenticeship, whatever it is, make that happen to get the money. Here's the next word, opportunity. You're going to have many doors of opportunity, but you're going to need the keys. The keys are the right attitude, using your time well, doing all the things that I've discussed with you during this talk. You're going to have to make good relationships. You're going to have to put the effort in, and you're going to have to be considerate. Be that kind of person. I'm finished for today. Imagine I got this all done. I got it all done. So if you want to follow me on these are the different things, the different aspects that if you want to follow me on Twitter and all those different kind of things. And I've just got just around 2 more things I'm going to share before we finish. Get your phones out, take a picture of the screen, do whatever, and just post it somewhere, tag me in and say just how you found it. Tag me to say that, yeah, you found that it was this, you found that the talk done this, you're going to do this, you're going to put this in, share what you got from the talk, because I feel that it's going to be a massive thing. And I just want you to know I'm here for you. I care. Look out for Every Child Needs a Mentor, key in. And all the organizations and all the schools that want to be a part of the big mentoring day, it's going to be massive. It's in July 2021. I can give more information to Catherine, and just get in touch with us as an organization. Thank you, Catherine.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm hoping that actually anybody now is not feeling shy. They're absolutely running around the room feeling so powered up. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I know that one of the things that we talked about for this event was that in order to achieve the kind of change that we need for the climate, for the planet, for communities, for leveling up, for social mobility, all of that kind of thing, is going to take confidence in our young people. And this is just amazing. I mean, I've got a question for you. Where did this come from in you? Have you always had this self-belief and this passion? Have other people had to kind of help you sometimes and build that up?
I have always needed help. You know, I feel it's a fallacy for people to believe that they don't need help. You know, it's just that sometimes we don't admit that we need help. Sometimes we don't accept the help. Sometimes we're too proud, or sometimes we don't ask for it. So I've had motivation, I've had drive, you know, to be a footballer, you know, and to be very good, and to you know, to be able to get to the levels that I've got to. I've had to have that kind of drive, or that competitive edge. You know, I've had to have talent, I've had to nurture it, you know. And then music was another very competitive industry, you know. So for me to be able to, and this was before YouTube, this is before anyone could just put a video out, you know what I mean? Like, you had to be really good. You know, you had to have real talent. And I had to be really good, and I was really good because of the work. It's not just I haven't worked, I've had to work. So the talent's been there, the drive's been there. I've had a lot of mentors, I've had a lot of support. You know, my mum has always believed in me in a powerful way. Like, whatever you desire, whatever you believe in, you can achieve it. I've always had that message. So I've always been a dreamer, but also put action to those dreams.